welcome back. Today I wanted to talk to you about some of my favorite Instagram accounts. Now, I enjoy Instagram. It's one of my favorite social media outlets. I don't use Snapchat. I'm not really good at Twitter or anything, but I really do enjoy Instagram. I have a personal one just for family and stuff, and then I have one that I do for makeup and those sort of things. I really enjoy Instagram because I can get a good feel for how things will turn out and get ideas for looks and, you know, pairing different colors together and that sort of thing. I would say for me, my preference and what I'm looking for on Instagram is mainly eyeshadow focus, but there are a few other things that I have in here too. Now, I'm probably going to butcher some of these names, and please forgive me if I do. I will leave them all linked in the comments below so that you can find them easily without having to worry about if I'm mispronouncing something. The first Instagrammer that I have here is Sabella Makeup, and she does a lot of very bold eye looks, and I believe she has her own makeup company. I'm not sure. I know she's got a website. I think it's hers. I know there's a website linked to her Instagram that does makeup and glitter and stuff like that. And she is a fellow Canadian. I believe she is in Edmonton. That's what her Instagram says at any rate. And yeah, she does a lot of bold looks. She is a girl after my own heart. She has a ton of jewel tones on her Instagram, and that is what I gravitate towards. I love those kind of looks. She has some other ones as well. But yeah, she just has some stunning looks. Like, I am so drawn to the looks that she has on her Instagram page. Like, I'm always hitting like. I love when they come up. I really like her. I think she might be one of my favorites. The next account that I have here is Milk1422. I believe they're in Moscow, but this person does face charts, and oh man, they are creative. Like, the things on here, some of them are like really beautiful and some of them are really freaky, but they are very creative. And again, they can give you like some inspiration to create something maybe a little bit out of your comfort zone, a little bit more unique. And then some of them are just, you know, really beautiful, but maybe more daring of a makeup style than what you would choose to wear. So I really like it, even just from the creative aspect of it. A lot of these I wouldn't wear. I'm not someone who has a lot of time to do a lot of artistic, detailed work like that, especially if I'm just gonna be like taking it off anyway. I do enjoy scrolling through this account and seeing the artistry that they have and that they're putting out, and then other people are tagging them as they've tried to copy some of these. Other people are tagging Milk1422 when they've created one of the looks, and it's really cool to see it come to life because the face charts are just drawn and then people actually go and create the looks, and it's really cool when you can see them side by side. The next account I have is Pinella, and she does eye looks, and they are very bold, and again with the jewel tones. I actually did a video, a copy that look video using one of her looks. I will link it in the cards up here for you guys. You can go check that out if you'd like. And it was really fun to recreate it. One of the nice things about Hillary's account is she does a lot of the Insta videos, so you get to see her actually putting it on, not just like a picture. You get to actually see the details going into it and how she made that look and how it came to life. So sometimes that's very helpful because you see the process and then you can figure out what stage to do when, instead of being like, okay, I see these colors, but how do I get it to look like that? So if there is a video along with it, then it makes it that much easier to see how they got to the look that they got. The next account I have would be Rubina MUA Artistry, and she does mainly eye looks. She has a couple of lips on here, but yes, mainly eye looks, and she does a lot of pictorials. So she'll show you the palette and then she'll take pictures of each step. Instead of a video, it's just like a picture with a grid, and it'll show step 1 and step 2 and so on and so forth until she gets to the end, and each step she will show a picture of how the look changed and what she did in the next step, if that makes sense. You know, these looks are very beautiful, and I would say they're very glamorous, but they're not so out there in the colors that they would be screaming, look at me. They're more like a subtle glam, if that makes sense. But I am very drawn to it, and I really like the style with the pictorials because for me, myself, I'd rather have a pictorial than a video, just because I can actually like see it. I don't have to like go back and forth. Like, what was that step? I gotta go back. I missed that, you know? Whereas if it's a pictorial, I can just see what they did in the step before or the next step and that sort of thing. But yeah, I really enjoy her looks. They are super beautiful, very pretty. Next up, I have Jacqueline Van Daskey. And again, eye looks, a lot of bold looks, a lot of creative kind of pairings with color. But a lot of her looks are more softer looking and more wearable looking, but still very glamorous. She's got some lip looks on here as well, but for the most part, it would be for the most part, it would be eye looks. And I think I'm kind of realizing what I mean by more muted. If you look at both Jacqueline and Rubina's accounts, when they're doing a look with like a pink, let's say, they put the pink on the lid and then they're using some form of pink, a little bit darker version in the crease. So they're kind of graduating that color up a little bit and then fading it out. They might do it with a purple or if the gray or that sort of thing, but there's not a stark contrast between their crease and their lid. Whereas if you look at someone like Hillary Pinella, you know, you might see a bright green look with a rusty orange in the crease, which again is beautiful, but it's kind of more in your face. It's more eye-catching. People are going to notice it more because of that contrast in the colors. So I think that's where I'm getting it's more subdued. It's not that it's any less glam. It's not that it's any less beautiful. Maybe that's what I mean by more wearable too, just because there isn't that contrast. So even though I'm drawn to the bold colors, I'm also drawn to this with the simplicity kind of, but it's still bold and beautiful, but it's mainly just that crease color and that transition that they've switched up. You know, whereas one might be very bold and in your face, we're switching up the colors completely. The other is more a graduated, you know, we're going from this pink shade and we're going a little deeper and now we're going to blend it out to an even lighter color of that. And lastly, you would have to be living under a rock if you haven't heard of this account. It isn't a makeup look account by any means, but it is very much a makeup account, and it would be Trend Mood. This person puts a lot of work into everything that is coming out, the posts that she puts out. I mean, if you're curious about if there's something coming out on the market, she is going to have it on her page listed. She'll update the dates as soon as she knows them. She'll give swatches as soon as she can. She will update that page and give you all the information. So if you are looking for makeup and you are curious about something, just scroll through her page, because I don't know how many posts she makes a day. I'm sure some days there's a lot more than others, but yeah, it's constantly coming up on my feed. Trend Mood, Trend Mood, Trend Mood. And it's all these new things that are coming out constantly because the market is just coming out with so much new stuff all the time. But yeah, she is really on top of it. I don't think I have ever heard or seen another account that is more on top of it than she is. You know, all the big names you always see liked by, and you'll see all these names of people that you recognize, and people are always talking about this Instagram account and what's coming out, and that's like the source. That's the go-to that people go to find out what's coming out. Now, Trend Mood does not necessarily inspire me in the way of a makeup look pretty much at all ever, because I don't think she posts anything like that. She posts swatches, but that's about it. But she definitely inspires me in future purchases that I'm going to make, and just seeing what things are coming out, and, you know, gets people thinking about things, gets people talking about things, you know. And then, you know, slowly you see them coming out into people's hands here on YouTube, or reviews online and that sort of thing, or looks on Instagram, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, I remember seeing that. Trend Mood was talking about it. Everyone knows who Trend Mood is. Everyone talks about Trend Mood. If you haven't talked about Trend Mood, if you haven't seen Trend Mood, but you enjoy makeup, Trend Mood is definitely one that you should be following. And those are a few Instagram accounts that I enjoy following, that I get inspiration from, that if you would look through my likes on my Instagram, you would see over and over again. Those ones are the ones that are clearly favorites of mine and that I do really enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you again for watching, everyone. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.